what today is.
It's our 1 year travel-versity. I've made that word up.
Is that a word? I don't think that's a word.
It is now.
I like it though.
Yeah.
Marvin, you excited to go? Huh? You excited to go in the camper? You're not gonna ride the camper. You're gonna ride the truck. Yeah. Truck.
Thinking of Squarespace.
Look at this one.
You got some mountains in the background?
Yeah.
Matches the shirt.
Fun wall. Not a representation of that. One year ago today, we started on our full-time travel adventure.
It was like 8 a.m. We were leaving our house in New Jersey.
No.
What?
We've lived a lot of places.
Valley. Up in Washington, we left our house. We had a different camper.
Yep.
Will.
We drove into Oregon, stayed at our very first Harvest Host.
Yeah.
We drained all our batteries.
Yep.
It
Right
was-
away.
It was quite the first day of adventures. But that was 1 year ago today,
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, 2019.
Yeah. What time to leave?
We had no idea what was in store for us.
Yeah. So it's been 1 year. Today is the 31st.
Yep.
It's our daughter's birthday.
Kaylee's
She
birthday.
is
Happy birthday,
20
Kaylee.
20 years old today.
Crazy.
I no longer have teenagers.
That's
I
right.
have adults.
Oh my gosh, wild.
That's crazy.
So today we are going to be going on a little adventure. We would like to bring you along with us, and while we're going on this adventure, we want to share some of the exciting things that we've done this year, some of our insights, our biggest challenges, and maybe a little bit of what's coming next. So
Nervous
stay
laugh.
tuned.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one. So we're currently staying in Menifee, California at Wilderness Lakes Thousand Trails. We've been here for about a week and a half. We are leaving sadly on Sunday. We've actually really enjoyed our time here.
Yeah.
Mainly because our friends Jessica and Travis live
Yes.
here, and we've been able to spend some time with them, and my aunt and uncle live in the area as well. So as we've been here the past week and a half or so, we've driven along this freeway and we've seen this spot where people are parking and they're going and hiking up this mountain. So we are going to go try to do that today because it looks like a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
And we might be able to see a really cool view while we're at it. So we're going to go do that to celebrate our 1 year, what'd you call it? Travel-versity?
Travel-versity.
Travel-versity.
All right, so to give a quick recap of what 2020 has looked like for us, we've got a few items on our list that we want to share with you. One is we bought an RV.
We bought a new rig. That's a huge thing that happened in 2020.
Huge. Yeah.
And we love our rig.
Love
we
it.
love our Alliance family. We are so happy. You know, when Paul first, floated the idea of buying a new rig, Miss Cinnamon here was not too keen on it.
No.
But
Not at all.
he wore me down, and I'm glad he
Yeah.
did.
It actually came at a pretty decent time because we were just getting notice of everything that was happening right now.
Yeah.
We can't say the
the
thing,
word because,
apparently.
we might get banned.
Yeah. So, things were happening around March, April time frame, and we kept this RV in the back of our heads. We did like a little walkthrough of it. And it just really stuck. It was just like, I think more for her, she was just very like, that was such a great RV. The front living area, the front bathroom is just a huge seller of this thing.
It's a favorite.
We didn't even know about the amazing customer service at the beginning. We're not sponsored by Alliance RV at all, but
Soon.
Maybe
I'm
soon.
kidding. Curtis Bill, call us up. So in addition to buying a new RV, we also traveled through 25 states.
Yeah.
I counted the states the other day and I had to count it twice because I was like, 25?
How is that possible? We've hit half the states already.
How is it that we've been through 25 states this year? It seems unbelievable, but we have traveled through. Now, that doesn't mean that we stayed long term in all of those places. Some of those places we only stayed a night. But that's our criteria.
Yes.
Is that we have to stay at least one
Must
night.
Stay one night. You can't
So-
just fly through
No.
the Northeast and
And
be
then
like
call
17
it good.
states. Doesn't work that way.
No. So we have officially stayed the night, at least one night, in 25 states this year, which is huge. We also knocked off 17 states that we played golf in,
Yeah.
which is huge.
That's
I don't
big.
think we had any specific goals
No.
as to like how many states we wanted to play golf in, but I feel like 17 is a pretty good
Yeah. I think
pretty
it's
good number. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. We also had the opportunity to visit 12 national parks.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty cool, huh?
I think about there's like 10 of them were the first 2
Yeah.
months. It was
Really
like
fast.
really quick. We just knocked a bunch off the list. And then from there, it's been a little bit slower just because it's starting to get colder and we've been traveling places and doing things. But we still want to hit up all 66.
Yeah, which could be difficult because like
Yeah.
5 of them are in Alaska.
Yeah. A couple are in Hawaii, which we're probably not going to go back to Hawaii again.
Not for a long time anyway, but we will attempt to do as many as we can in the lower 48.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we've got 12 marked down. And we've actually been to a lot of national parks as well before we started like counting from our travels. So it's actually probably more than 12 that we've actually been to.
Gotcha.
But this year we were able to go to 12
Wow.
national parks.
That's big.
Yeah.
So
Super cool.
in that time frame, we've also done a few damaging things to the RV. We didn't really damage the first one that much. There wasn't a lot of things we did. We only had it for maybe 2 months of
we
full
had
time
it
travel.
for almost a year,
We did.
but only 2 months of full-time travel.
Yeah. But in the new rig, we have destroyed an awning. We broke that. We replaced it. We also, I say we, but me, I destroyed the stairs in this thing. One of the big things we did for upgrades to this thing is we put solar panels on the roof. I put 3 on originally. They're about 300 watts a piece, so I had about 900 watts on the roof. And then we were in Arizona, and this place called, I think it's Suntan Solar. They have ridiculously cheap, high-quality solar panels. So now we have up to 1,800 watts of solar power on the roof.
So in addition to some of the not so good things that happened with the rig and some of the really good things that happened to the rig, we were able to visit so many friends this year in so many places all across the country. And we also were able to visit tons of family members. I believe we visited almost everybody except for your parents, which
Yeah.
we will catch you guys soon, I promise. But we were able to hang out with Paul's brother. We were able to see
Yeah.
Kyle and Kaylee, Paul's kids. We were able
Yeah.
to see my parents. And we were able to just visit so many of our friends all across the country in places that we didn't even really plan on going or expect, like Rifle, Colorado, where we got to hang out with Kinsey for a little bit on her ranch.
Yep.
Like really super cool things that we just love doing. That's part of what makes this whole travel thing just so great, is just being able to see people that you wouldn't necessarily get to see unless you like planned a trip to go see them. So that was super cool.
And meet new people.
Yeah.
We met 3 or
great
4
people.
new couples.
Yeah.
That we're really good friends with now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been really cool. RV people are the coolest people.
So one of the biggest struggles that comes with traveling full time is community, and not having like a consistent community of people that you're always around other than just the 2 of you, which can get a little much sometimes. But there is opportunity to meet other people on the road. We've met people at the RV rally. We've met people in the Alliance Facebook group that we were able to connect with and then meet later. And we've even met people just in the campground.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Travis and Jessica, for just walking up to us and introducing themselves, and then we've become really good friends with them. So there is opportunity for community as you travel full time, but you will probably feel some of the struggles of not having that consistent community. So it's important to know that if this is something you're looking into doing.
Yeah.
Another great thing that happened this year is that we were able to grow our YouTube channel to are we almost at 800?
We're almost at 800.
We're almost at 800.
Yeah.
And we know that that's kind of small potatoes in the YouTube world, but our goal with the YouTube videos was not necessarily to grow a giant channel or get thousands and thousands of followers. We really wanted to just document this year for ourselves so that we could look back on our adventures and remember the things that we did in a more visual way.
Yeah.
And also show our kids and grandkids and all that stuff what this adventure looked like, and so we wouldn't forget, because it's really easy to forget a lot of the stuff that you did if you don't have the video proof that you did it.
Yeah.
So
It's been a great learning experience to actually go through all this video and see it all, relive it as you're going through it, and put it into a video. It's been a great learning experience for me, and I know it has been for you. But another thing is that it's difficult to share all those videos and photos and stuff with multiple people all at the same time.
Yeah.
Unless you email them out to people and email the video out. This way, it's a living thing that's going to be hopefully on the internet for a really long time, and you can send a link to somebody like your grandparents or your kids or your grandkids, and then hopefully 10 years from now or 20 years from now, your grandkids or your kids can look at this stuff and see kind of what you did. And I think that's just really cool experience to see. I don't really care if we have thousands and thousands of followers. I just wanted to produce videos like this just so we can have them for ourselves and look back on. But
and
I've
so
learned,
we can bring other people along on our travels with us.
yeah, you guys can experience, people that watch this can experience what it's like to full-time RV, to see what it's like, see the struggles and the adventure, and kind of hopefully inspire people to actually go out and do this themselves. So
Yeah, it's been a fun experience, although I will say it's hard.
it's hard. It's very difficult.
Doing YouTube and videos, it's very difficult. It's very time consuming. There's a lot of digital file management that has to be done. There's a lot of discussion,
Thinking ahead and planning it out.
Learning the software. All of that has been a big learning curve this year for both of us. So it is not easy. If you're looking at other people's YouTube channels and thinking, oh, that's so easy.
Look how fun it is.
It's not. But we have enjoyed the experience. We have enjoyed the people who have come along and followed our adventures and have commented and, you know, engaged with us. We're really appreciative of everybody who has decided to hit subscribe on our channel, and we're very humbled and grateful that you have invested that amount of time to come and see what we're up to.
Yeah, so thank you for subscribing, and thank you for all the comments and all the likes, which is a great time to remind you, if you aren't a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. It just helps out the channel. Hit the notification bell, because there's a lot more coming in the future. And it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same. Oh, I'm not supposed to say anything.
Don't say
anything. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because then every time we post a video, you'll get a notification about it on your YouTube.
However you get notified.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's transition into our biggest lesson learned.
Yes.
So we're each going to share our biggest lesson learned from the year.
Yep.
And then we'll close out this video, and hopefully you'll be seeing, you're seeing some
Look
beautiful,
at this amazing scenes you're seeing right now.
some beautiful views and us hiking right now. But
yeah.
Okay, so what's your biggest lesson learned?
Let's go. You go.
Oh,
first.
I get to go first.
Yeah,
okay.
because I don't know yet.
Oh no, you didn't plan ahead?
No.
So my biggest lesson learned, and this is something that we, talked about before we left, and we weren't sure how it was going to work essentially this year. But when you have one person, me, who has a full-time job, and another person,
me,
who doesn't,
does not have a full-time
it's
job.
a struggle. It is definitely a struggle. And I will caveat this to say that Paul does a lot of stuff. Just because he's not doing a job from 9 to 5, he is doing everything with the rig. He's doing the majority of the cooking, the majority of the cleaning. He's dealing with the outside stuff, all of the YouTube stuff. He does a ton. So it's not like he doesn't have stuff to do.
Yeah.
But when I have schedules and deadlines and things that I have to get done, and he does not have those same type of commitments, it's definitely a struggle, because it affects our traveling. It affects what days we can travel. It affects what we're doing during the day, how much we can do while we're in a location. So we learned kind of right on that we are not able to travel super fast. We have to stay in places for at least 2 weeks. It would probably be even better if we stayed longer. Although at that point we get a little itchy and want to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a struggle, and it's been a big lesson for us, and we still don't have it really figured out. It's still a challenge. I've had to make changes in my business. Luckily, I own my own business, and I'm able to have a flexible schedule, but at the same time, sometimes that flexibility is a problem too. But overall, it's been a great experience, but it hasn't been super easy, I would say. We didn't really know how it would work. We were like, how's this going to work if you have a job and you don't, and whatever. We definitely talked about it before we left, but we didn't know how it was going to play out. So it's been a struggle. It's one of my biggest lessons, is that we need to stay put for a while in a place If we travel every 4 days, I get completely overwhelmed. We don't have time to do anything. We're completely exhausted. We don't have any time to go do stuff in the place that we visited. And so that's the biggest lesson that I've learned probably, is that we need to stay in a location for a longer period of time so that we can actually enjoy the location. We can see people that we want to see, and I'm able to get the work done that I need to get done.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's my biggest lesson learned. Did you think of something?
Oh yeah.
What you got?
So my biggest lesson learned from this entire thing is we started out, we came from a 3-car garage, and I had a bunch of tools. If you're like me and you have a lot of, I had a lot of tools. I had a lot of things that, like, I know that I'm going to need this. I think I'm going to need this. And I overpacked. Like, way overpacked. We have downsized, I think, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
We've downsized, and luckily your dad has a garage that is able to, like, store all of my extra stuff, because we have so much extra stuff. So I think the biggest lesson learned is to pack light. Just bring the minimal stuff that you may need. It's not gonna, and then cut that in half. Like there's so much stuff that I think I could have saved in a storage unit somewhere or whatever. But that's probably my biggest lesson learned, is, like, not overpacking, not really overthinking it too much. I think I overthought things too much. I watched so many YouTube videos about what everybody else is bringing and what they have with them, and they have 3 different hoses, and they have, this many tools, and that whatever. It's not.
Or projects maybe that they worked on where they needed specific things.
Right.
But maybe that's not a project that we would do while we're out traveling. So.
Yeah. And I have been able to help other people out with tools and with other, things they might need. But the community out here is so great. You could literally walk across and find
stuff.
Find the guy that has a circular saw or a
blower or
just
whatever. Yeah.
All the wiring stuff. And
ladder.
So, ladder. Yeah. So there's a lot. This community is great for that. So pack light and then cut that in half. That's my lesson learned.
Nice.
Packing light.
That's a good one.
It takes the exhaustion out of everything. If you have so much more extra stuff. I think I have to pull everything out of the garage at least every time we stop. I'll pull everything out, reorganize
Get
it,
what he needs,
put it back
pull
in
it back
there.
in, yeah.
It's exhausting. It takes a lot of time, or you could just be relaxing, sitting outside, enjoying the view, talking to people. I'm packing and I'm unpacking and I'm organizing, and it's constant. So that's my biggest lesson learned.
Good one. All right. So that's about it for this 1-year Travelversity video. Paul made a really good point earlier when we were talking about this. He said it's really important to look back on the experiences that you had or the adventures that you've gone on, and just really reflect on all the good things and maybe some of the bad things, so that you can really get a good perspective about the fact that, you've had this adventure, you've had this experience, and it just leaves you with a grateful feeling and a humbleness that you actually got to go do something like this. And we've been kind of reflecting on that as we've come up on not only the end of the year, but the end of our first official year of full-time traveling. So it's been really cool to kind of look back at some of these experiences and just remember the amazing times that we've had. And even though it's been definitely hard at times, I mean, we got kicked out of state parks, like, we've definitely shed some tears. We probably spent a little bit more money at certain times that we didn't plan on. But overall, this year has been an amazing year. 2020 is going to go down in the history books as an eventful year all across the world. But we get the
added bonus
of adding full-time travel onto that, which honestly, I would not do it differently, even if I would have known ahead of time.
Yeah, me neither. If I knew it was going to be this bad, I think one of the things we keep on coming back to, and we've said this a couple different times that I know of, is that if just because it was so difficult and there was, like, shutdowns and things everywhere, I think if we were at home and in our own neighborhood and dealing with everything,
it would be worse.
Not seeing what everybody else is kind of dealing with, because we've gone to 25 other states and we've seen firsthand what's really happening and what's going on in the country. And it gives us a really good perspective on everything. So when people ask, like, oh man, that must be really difficult, I'm like, actually, it's actually not. It's been pretty cool to see, different cultures and different areas and different, you know, how other states are dealing with this stuff. So it's been really an eye opener for us.
And we get to have a different view out of our window pretty much every 2 weeks, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And definitely helps you feel more motivated and not kind of down by just all the different things that are happening out there in the world right now. So it's been good. It's been a great year. So what's next for us?
Man, 2021. Wow.
Yeah.
It's coming. And it's coming tomorrow. So we have some things in the works, but we don't have it all worked out yet. So you will know more when we know more. We know.
But 2021 should be a pretty interesting, exciting year.
Yeah.
We definitely have some ideas and thoughts about different things that we will be doing. But we are kind of at the very early stages of all of this, so we will not be sharing any of that now. But stuff is going to happen.
Yep.
Because if we do anything, we make things happen. That's right.
All right.
All right, well, we hope you've enjoyed this 1 year Travelversity. We will have another video coming up where we go a little bit more into the details about how much it costs us to travel, the different places we've stayed, all of kind of the more intricate stuff. If you have any questions or things that you would like to know about all of that, like how much it costs us to buy groceries or how much it costs us to stay at RV parks, if you have any questions about that, put that in the comments below. And another thing I want you to put in the comments is I want you to tell me one awesome thing that happened for you during 2020 so we can celebrate with you as well.
Yeah.
All right. We hope you enjoyed this video and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Let's go there.